Alright, thank you everybody for waiting. Welcome to Fight Night number 7, hosted by Team Gravity, sponsored in part by Tampa Esports and Android TV Canada. I want to thank everybody for coming out to watch the games. We have a lot of good matches coming up. I'm Beast, if you don't know already, and my co-caster is not here yet, so you're stuck with me soloing for a little while. But we're going to jump right into game number 1. If you guys aren't familiar with the format, the first two games are going to be best of 5s, and the main event, which will be Solar against Tassadar, will be a best of 7. So this is the very first game of the very first series. In the top left, we have playing for Love Your Girlfriend. It's HTO's Mario. And on the right-hand side, playing for Team Gravity, it is Debaser. Also, maybe for the Love Your Girlfriend manager or somebody that might know, if you guys have the logo for GameHeart, like this Team Gravity logo, let me know. I couldn't find it in the list, so if it's in there, let me know and I'll add it in the next game. Unfortunately, the new GameHeart features aren't out quite yet, so we still got the old ones, but it's okay. It's still cool. We'll have the sponsors and stuff added for the next one. So we have obviously TVT in store, and I'm really excited to see this. I watch Mario play a lot, and I play with him sometimes. He's a really good player, and so is Debaser. So I think these two should be pretty evenly matched, and we'll see how it plays out. I know Mario likes his mech a lot, and I'm willing to bet that that's going to be his go-to playstyle in this series. He opens up with a 13 racks rather than a gas first like Debaser, so Debaser is probably going to try to get out some kind of a Banshee or something early on and try to do that extra damage. So we'll just have to see how these openings deviate as the game progresses here. 13 gas coming down for Mario, and this is obviously a big map if you guys aren't familiar with it. It's Alterzim's Stronghold. Might be the biggest map in the map pool. It was new last season, so I was gonna say scouting might be a little tricky off the bat, but Mario's gonna go ahead and guess correctly, and he'll be queuing up in Debaser's base first. And actually, yep, same with unless he just changed it. It was sent over there. Let's see. Yeah, it is. So he's going right there. So. Either way, they'll see each other. They know where each other is, most likely. So they're both going to get that first scout off the bat, and we'll see what Mario can see, if he can get in, if he's going to pull it away. Nope, he decides to go ahead and get in there, sacrifice the SCV, most likely. But he does see that it was a gas first build. He can, even if you're not exactly sure on the timings, he can always compare it to his build. Needs to be careful not to let that slip out, which actually, yeah, wow. Unless he picks it off with this SCV here, which he should. Oh, he's not paying attention. Alright, so this SCV gets away. Debaser's SCV does get taken down, and I don't think he really was able to see anything now. He's playing totally blind, so he doesn't know if it's a gas first or what's going on here. Mario dropping down his natural. And again, if you're not familiar with it, the natural is in this little pocket in the back here, so the only way to get to it is from the air. You have to go through the main by the ground to access it. So it's a little safer. I mean, a lot of times you'll see like CC first and stuff on this map, but the Debaser wanting to play aggressive, and Mario looks like he's going to be playing pretty safe. He'll probably switch over the reactor on this factory as soon as it finishes up, and get himself a starport. Banshee coming out for Debaser, as well as a reactor on the factory. I think he'll probably switch that with the barracks as well. Not too sure about that though. And a tech lab and a starport coming down for Mario. So maybe he's just gonna go straight into Banshee himself, or a Raven. We'll see if he squeezes out a siege tank. Yeah, he's gonna squeeze out a siege tank. So. Debaser getting that natural. It is a little bit later. Double Reaper. I want to say that's a mistake. Yeah, that's a mistake. Okay. I was gonna say I've never seen that before, and I've never seen him do it before. So unless he just came out of the gate with something super wacky that he's been practicing that I've never seen, I figured that had to be a mistake. Banshee coming across. He does not have cloak, so he won't be getting cloak. Mario will have a Viking ready to stop that, so he's gonna pop in here, and he's probably gonna get 2 SCV kills, and this Viking should shoo him away after that. There's one. There's only 2 workers there, so Viking's gonna come try to push him away, and he will. Might escape. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna escape. Just for a quick second there, Mario did not micro the Viking, as it was on its cooldown shot or whatever. So manages to squeeze out of there just barely. So really not a whole lot of damage. Pretty even as far as workers and supply goes. Mario does have the orbital ready, whereas Debaser does not. But it shouldn't play too big of a role coming into the next few minutes of the game. Should repair that Banshee and see what else he can get done. He might save it. It's great to have in the unit composition later on, especially playing against Mech, which I'm pretty sure he knows Mario's playstyle as well. So he should know that he's going up against a Mechian Terran. Not to say that Mario can't play Marine Tank or something else, but he just everything I've seen of him, he tends to play a lot more Mech than anything. So if I was Debaser, I would be betting on the fact that Mario will be meching. And Debaser himself is gonna mech as well, going into a quick 3cc, a lot faster, about 40 seconds faster than Mario's command center, and getting yeah, it looks like he's getting his production up a little bit quicker as well. Mario opting for a really quick blue flame. Maybe he'll go for a blue flame drop or something like that. So he sees the 3rd CC with that scan, sees the Marines moving out. I don't think he's planning on attacking with that. I mean, he can't really. Maybe he's just trying to get out on the map. Yeah, send some guys around. Probably want to send a few. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's sending a few Marines to these other bases, just making sure there's no hidden bases out on the map. So that's always really good, especially on this map. So I like that maneuver out of him. Mario's Marines shooting down Debasers, and he's not trying to attack with this. Like I said, he's just going to spread around, keep an eye on all these expansions, just to make sure Debaser doesn't try to sneak in something. Debaser also getting his blue flame a little bit later, but he is getting his +1 a little bit sooner. Mario opting for the double armory, while Debaser only has 1. I think against... Well, Mario doesn't know that he's going... yeah, he does. So he scanned it. I don't know if I saw that or not, but... I don't know. I think mech against mech, you don't really need that armor upgrade. I mean, obviously it can't hurt, but the weapon upgrade is a lot more important than anything else in mech versus mech. Against bio, might play a little bit more of a crucial role, but I think against mech it doesn't really matter that much at all. So maybe just stylistic. I mean, unless it hurts him somewhere, like not being able to produce enough because of spending that gas, it shouldn't really matter too much. Debaser getting his 3rd up and running a little bit quicker, but again, they seem to be pretty much even in terms of how the different openings, everything kind of even out. Good defense from Mario, and Debaser kept the Banshee alive. So pretty passive game so far. 4 more factories coming down for Mario, which will put him up to what, 3, 4, 5. Debaser's on, yeah, so they're both going up to 5 factories, which is normal on 3 base. Debaser with a little bit of a supply lead. It's only in the army. The worker count's pretty much even, but right now he's got about a 20, just under a 30 army supply lead. I'm not sure really where that lead is. Well, okay, 7 to 5 tanks. So that's obviously important, but it doesn't look like they're going to be doing anything anytime soon. They're both just kind of sitting back, defending, macroing up. Trying to poke a little bit, needs to get out of there before he takes too many shots from those siege tanks. Mario's 1-1. As you can see, I love this feature from GameHeart. I really like that. It makes it a lot easier for you to keep an eye on important stuff that's just finishing up, so I really like that. His 1-1 does finish up. So he's got a 1 upgrade lead over Debaser. Like I said, Mario opted for the double armory. Both got their barracks floating around just to kind of do some spotting, make sure no Hellbat drops come in. And Mario's got a lot more map vision with these Marines being planted around. Debaser's pretty much blind, but shouldn't matter too much as nobody's really trying to do anything. A double Hellbat drop coming out. I don't know if Mario saw that, but I think it'll be undetected. There is, well, perfect timing for Mario. There's going to be a sensor tower coming down here. Oh, looks like Debaser lost a bunch of Hellions there. And that was Debaser's scan, yeah. He's going to see these. These are they're trying to do a wraparound, so they're going to come back in here. So they can do a lot of damage. I don't know if he gets a good angle, he can come on this bottom side. In fact, the Banshee can do a lot of damage on its own. Needs to put a PDD down. While this is going on, we do have another drop in here, but the ships or the medevacs got taken out, and there was only one Hellbat that managed to get out. But he's still in there doing work. He's up to 7 kills. We'll keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, Debaser's got a pretty nice position here. That counterattack had to come back home. The counterattack of Hellions, anyway, had to come back home and ended up running straight into the siege tank line. Now these tanks are not really in position, so he can shell this factory from this angle. He's going to do a Hellbat drop on the tanks, which is going to be really nice. Yeah, it clears up 2, 3. Decent trade there, but okay, that Hellbat finally gets cleaned up. Managed to get 12 kills, I think. Wow, and Mario does not lift this command center off. Big mistake there. So he loses that command center. He could have lifted it off, and Debaser's in a nice spot. Another good Hellbat drop to try to chip away at that tank count, and he's going to push forward. More secret missiles coming down from Mario, and it looks like a pretty good engagement from Mario here. The tank count, I think, is now it's 8-8, but he's only got 3 in this fight here. So he kind of needs to go home here and regroup. There's no need to push into that. Mario did lose his 3rd CC, so Debaser's got a 40 supply lead, a small worker lead, not that big of a deal at this point. But he just needs to make sure to defend. And if he's got a Thor out, yeah, Mario cannot push into this. He's got Vikings, so no more Hellbats dropping on the tanks. And Mario needs to probably just, I mean, he definitely cannot push into that. There's no way he can do that. He knows that. He's going to go ahead and get back home. He did manage to fly another CC over to reestablish his 3rd. It is taking his 4th, but the base's 4th is already finished. Mario scans it, sees that there's nothing there, but that's right when everything starts going over there. So that scan will not catch the army. No, it looks like a forward sensor tower. I don't know whose it was. Yeah, Mario's. I think Debaser might have enough to just... He's playing it careful, but I think there's, with that Hellbat count, I mean, I think he could really just kind of push into that, along with that Thor. He's going to drop the Hellbats, but there's a lot more Hellbats for Debaser than there is for Mario. He needs to be careful with that Thor. He's going to lose it, so that's a nice little victory there. Does he know about this? No, he does not see the 4th. The 4th here is established. But they're kind of at a stalemate at this point. They're going to sit here for a little bit longer. And Debaser's wrapping... oh, I guess I missed another... it had to be a Hellion run by. It couldn't have been a drop. Maybe it could have. I don't know. But that guy gets a lot more worker kills. So Debaser's being really effective with the Hellbat drops or run bys, or a combination. 27 worker kills to 2. And he's going to go ahead and drop on these tanks, which are undefended now. Takes out 1. Needs to be careful with this army here. He's trying to get down to this 4th base. And if he can siege up there, Mario's kind of... I think he's in an okay spot. Yeah, with those Hellbat drops, he's going to clean that up probably really easily. So nice little defense there. Meanwhile, Debaser's going to try to use that opportunity to push back into there, but Mario did not unsiege everything. He left 4 or 5, 6 tanks. Left 6 tanks sieged up, so he was not able to capitalize on that, pulling Mario's army over here. So things have kind of stabilized a bit. The base are still carrying that supply lead, but you know, if one bad engagement either way can really even things up or decide the game one way or the other. A big drop coming from Mario, and it's not just Hellbats. He's got tanks in there too. There's only 3 turrets here. Debaser does see it. I don't know if he picked up on it. He definitely, they flew through his vision. So I'm not sure where he's not really reacting to it. He's kind of worried about this here, but so he's going to drop it right on the production. So that's a really nice move. There is a couple units in position, but that's a decent tank count. So really nice positioning there. We'll see if he's able to take advantage of it. I mean, there's no air support, so he could really just, yeah, he's already out of vision. Once these Hellbats get on top of this, it should clean it up pretty good. But a nice little maneuver there nonetheless. Medevacs might get taken out here. And those are always a pain in the ass to have to rebuild. Let's see, what is the unit count? 5 tanks to 14. So Debaser's definitely in a good spot. He does manage to take out this planetary here. His has still been untouched, and now he's got his 5th base going up here. So I definitely like Debaser's position this game. PDD does get thrown down. Gonna save the Raven and take out well, almost taking out a Viking of his own. But another good maneuver here, wrapping around to this side, and I think this, there's a few tanks there. It's definitely a good position. This is kind of where he was earlier in the game. Hopefully Mario doesn't forget to lift off his 3rd CC. That Hellbat drop, not so effective. I think it was 2 medevacs. He lost 1 right off the bat, and only managed to get out 1 Hellbat in total. Getting another good position right there. Mario's kind of choked out at this point. He does have the upgrade advantage, but again, like I said, I don't think that plays that much of a that big of a role in mech versus mech. You know, it's 3-3 to 3-0, but it's not that huge of a deal. When you're comparing 17 tanks to 9, that's obviously you want the more tanks rather than that extra armor upgrade. And the air count is definitely favoring Debaser, as Mario has no air whatsoever. I mean, even a Banshee in this mix would clean. Yeah, and that's exactly what he's going for. So, knowing he has the air superiority, Mario's all on Hellbats and tanks. So 1 Banshee is going to do a lot of damage. Mario needs to get out pretty much just a Thor, unless he has enough starports to overrun this Viking count, but he does not at the moment. That is very exposed. Well, he's not dropping them on the tanks though. There. So nice little move there. I think there was a few tanks that, a few Hellbats that were wasted. I'm not sure. He didn't drop them right on top. Mario's gonna try to push out here. The Banshee should be, yeah, there's the Banshee right there. So even if he does manage to clean up all this air army, I mean all this ground army, which it looks like he's probably going to end up doing, the Banshee really could just take control of the fight there. He's re-rallying though. I mean, he should send his Banshee forward and let it just chip away. A few of those tanks are really weak, but I don't know if it matters too much at this point. Debaser's in a pretty commanding position. But I would like him to, yeah, he's gonna lose that advantage with the Banshee that he had. 2 Thors are on the way out for Mario. He realizes that, that's a possibility. I need to make sure not to lose to a lone Banshee. So he's getting out some more Vikings, some more Thors, and he's trying to get some turrets up. And the turrets don't get up. The Viking count, the Thors aren't quite there yet, so I mean, really, yeah, he just needs to push forward with these Banshees and keep his ground army back. Now that the tanks are unsieged, he can move forward. Does not know about this base, but it just landed. So, there is a turret there, but I don't know. He's going to do a Thor drop on top of the tanks. That's worked out well. It was an interesting maneuver, not something you see every day. So I don't know what Mario can do at this point to come back into it. I'd say I'm not really sure where he went wrong. Debaser was really active with the Hellbat drops in the beginning, and throughout the mid game, I guess, as well. Yeah, 54 workers to 17 killed, and that 17 came from that Doom drop that came right there. I don't know if it was a Doom drop, but it was 5 medevacs full of mech units. It's pretty big. So, he's down half the supply right now. Does have this base mining, but I think if Debaser knew that, and I don't even know if Debaser cares. I think he might just want to go ahead and get right on top of this production here and close the game out. But I'm sure this guy was probably looking for. Yeah, he was making sure there was no bases over there, which is a good idea. And Mario taps out GG. So Debaser goes up 1-0 in the very first series. And it's going to be up to Mario to try to take it back. He does get the map pick. So the map pool, if you guys did not see the announcement on Team Liquid, the map pool is ladder maps. This season's ladder maps, plus Fruitland and Guangali Beach, the GSL maps. And at the beginning, each player gets 1 veto. So let me double check on what they vetoed. Yeah, Mario got the first veto. He vetoed Daedalus Point. I don't think anybody likes that map. Maybe Zergs like it, but and Debaser vetoed Heavy Rain. So those are the 2 maps that are out of the pool. So we'll see what Mario comes up with as his next pick. I'm going to see if my co-caster is on. Yep, he is online now. So we're going to go ahead and get him into the call so you don't have to deal with my my awful casting by myself. Hopefully he'll take away from that a little bit. So give me a minute. Let me get him in the call, get his webcam positioned properly, and we'll go from there. So I'll go ahead and put up the stats for this fight. If you're just tuning in, here's the player stats. They're obviously their country that they're from, the race they play, the team that they play for, and you know, their date of birth, all that good information there. Mario has played in one fight night before, in one of our preliminaries, actually against Baldwin, who's going to be co-casting with me today. And this is Debaser's first appearance, his first time stepping into the ring, and he started off pretty strong. It looked like a pretty solid play. So let me go ahead and get Baldwin in here, and we'll go into game 2 in just a minute.
Hello.
Yo. All right, let's go ahead and get your yeah, let's get your cam on here.
I sprint walked home.
Oh yeah.
I tried. Yeah, it was a situation where like I wanted to leave the class early, but I would have had to like get up and walk in front of everyone. It would have been bad. It was the first day of class. I didn't want to ruin my impressions on the teacher, but I am glad that I am back. So I didn't. I only missed 1 match, right?
Yeah, yep. You only missed 1 match, so
That's good.
I figured that this series might last a little longer, being TVT and Mario loving his mech play.
Yeah, very, very true. And the first game was on Alterzine too, which I'm not sure if it's possible to play a short TVT on Alterzine. So.
Yeah, not usually. Usually they last for a little while. Give me 1 second here. Let me figure out how to get you on here.
Sure.
Oh, I need to turn my cam off on Skype. That's why mine's not showing up. Figure out how to do that. Alright, I think we're good. Got you on cam. Love the mini afro.
Yep. It's been growing out for quite some time now.
Yeah, I had to cut mine.
It's a physical representation of my laziness.
Alright, so I guess we're good to go. Let me get the map pick. So first day of class, huh? That sucks.
Yep. Yeah, first week of class I had Tuesdays are like my hell days too. I have 4 classes at once, so this was unfortunate that it happened, but I'm glad that I was able to come home only missing 1 match because I did not want to miss the basic play at all. So glad I'm going to be able to see that. And this is a best of 5, correct? The loser picks the map?
Yep, best of 5.
Very, very cool.
And Mario has selected his map. He opted for Fruitland.
Oh, wow. I wonder if he has something planned.
Maybe he's planning on just having fun and giving us a nice map to look at.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's planning on, maybe he's got a strategy revolving around those lemons.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because Huck is very much like that, where I forget I think it might have been Shoutcraft, where he picked Fruitland, I think, twice, and it was just kind of a thing like fuck it, like I just want to play Fruitland. So he just picked it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a fun map to look at. Go ahead and get these teams set up. And I actually should double check. I don't know if Love Your Girlfriend has if I can if they have their icon loaded in the game heart. Let me reread chat really quick. He says the logo is in there. Well, let me see if I can find it. I wish they did it in alphabetical order or something. They do it in like the order of who, when you submitted it. It looks like some of it's in alphabetical until you get to, until you go through it, and then it's, at a certain point they just added them in and didn't reorganize them.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. While we're in this lobby, I'm just gonna check out Mario and Debaser's ladder statistics. They don't always tell the best story, but could maybe give an indication on how good these people are in this matchup. I think Mario actually plays on Korea. I think I've watched his stream playing on Korea, so he doesn't have too many games played on NA, and even less against Terran. So not much we can take away from there.
Yeah.
Check Debaser though. Oh, did Fiend join?
Yeah, oh, he's your friend?
But yeah, it's fine though. It shouldn't be in here. I linked him to the stream. Okay, so let's get going. I'm very excited to see how this map goes. I don't think I've ever seen the CVT on this map, so it should be interesting.
No, I don't think I have either. I know last time Mario played in the Fight Night, he did picked this map against you, actually, yeah.
I did play Mario on this map, yeah. That was a fun game.
Oh yeah, yeah. That whole series was pretty fun to watch. He definitely made Widow Mines look pretty good though, at least against Broodlords.
Yeah. It was funny because when I started that series, in my mind, Broodlords were the counter to Widow Mines, just because I imagine that the Broodwings would activate the Widow Mines, and with the Broodlords having such high range, there's no way the Widow Mines would ever reach them. When I played Mario showed me that you can actually just make like 20 Widow Mines and just right-click them underneath the Broodlords and burrow them, and he did that to me about two games out of that series. So that was a valuable lesson he taught me.
Yeah, I think your theory was right. It just didn't apply when he made 20, 30, 40 Widow Mines.
Exactly, yeah.
So, if you guys are just tuning in, we'll go ahead and introduce the players. In the bottom left, playing for Love Your Girlfriend, We have HTO Mario, who's currently down 0-1 in this best of 5. And his opponent playing for Team Gravity is Debaser. So we'll have to see. Let's see if it'll be mech against mech again, or if somebody wants to mix it up. Mario looking like, okay, yeah, he's going for the. Neither one of them went gas first, so
No.
probably get
like
a
Mario
13
is about
gas.
to take. Yeah, Mario is about to take his gas. Debaser still has not thrown his down. I want to ask you. So it's definitely known that Mario is absolutely a mech player, and I would be surprised to see him play anything but mech this entire series. How about Debaser? He played mech game 1, but is he strictly mech, or does he also dabble in bio?
He does both. I've seen him play both. I don't think he necessarily favors one over the other. I think maybe I think he probably prefers mech a little bit more. And also, it's also you got to take into consideration what he feels more comfortable playing against mech with. So maybe his bio struggles against mech, even if it is better all around. So maybe that'll influence him. Maybe he'll just want to just go mech all the time, knowing that Mario will probably mech as well.
That's very true. Also, map may play an important role in Debaser's decision to play mech or bio. We are seeing Mario open up with the Reaper this game, and Debaser's SCV Scout lets him know everything, so he should be able to prepare for this in good time.
Yeah, and I guess there's really not too much ground space for that Reaper to hop in. I mean, he can come in the front, and then there's that little ledge up top, but unlike other maps, you can't get in on that bottom side with the Reaper anyway, so we'll see if he can sneak his way in. Debaser's kind of in position for it, so he knows what to expect.
We are seeing Debaser throw down a command center immediately after getting 2 Marines. These 2 Marines going to shoot away this Reaper really quickly. He'll probably get his shields back and then hop back into the main. He's just going to do it before the shields come back, just to get the scout off. We'll be able to see the command center immediately. Might be able to... No, oh, well, it's really close, but no. Those Marines aren't going to be able to shoot away, but he jumps up, and I think he's going to get it. Oh, these are some nice moves. And I think he misclicked.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not sure if he's going to get it now.
Wow.
Oh,
it's like...
it's so close. He's missing the right click, I think, a couple times.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't think he'll go for it again now that there's 4 Marines out.
Not now, no. I think he definitely could have had it, but there was like 2 or 3 misclicks, because you can't just auto attack onto the ground, you know, like a click. Otherwise, it'll target the Marines. Obviously, you know that. So he had to manually target that SCV, and it's really hard when it's sitting inside that building.
Oh man, that was funny. That was really, really close. We are seeing Mario grab a command center of his own back at home, and he's going into Reapers now himself. Also throwing down a starport.
Yep, it looks like Debaser's going to do that, the good old Marine drop with a Hellion run by in the natural. That's what I'm expecting out of him, probably into a quick 3cc. Mario's 3rd command center is already on its way, though.
Could we actually be seeing something similar out of Mario as well?
Very possible, yeah. His unit count is a little bit different, and for this tactic, I don't think it's as good. But it's only different because he opened up Reaper rather than going straight into Reactor Marine.
Debaser is going to spin the scan to see exactly what's happening in Mario's base, so he's entirely clued into this 3rd command center and also this starport. So Debaser should know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and it looks like he opted not to get the medevac and go straight for the Viking, which I guess it's kind of a weird choice. But actually, these Hellions in the front are going to do well. There's nothing really there for them to kill, but they can get up and at least maybe poke away at a depot or something until those Hellions pop out.
At the very least, they're going to deny mining down here for a while, and this is happening because Mario decided to load all the units he had into this medevac, which is now coming over to the Debaser side of the map. But there's just not enough over here to defend so that he can get mining. This medevac is going to go into the main now. He's going to drop these Hellions. We'll see if he can get any damage done. All these units seem to be out of position for Debaser. Yeah,
Debaser not reacting to this. He's going to pull them, but they're going to get lined up. So
good split, actually. Really nice split at the last second. He is losing a good amount of SCVs, less than I thought he would. Oh, that could have been another good shot.
Yeah,
And
it
so
could
now we
have.
actually see that this choice to get the Viking from Debaser paid off because he was able to kill that medevac, which he would not have been able to do if he opted for a medevac himself. These Hellions are going to run back around and get a few more SCVs kills.
Yeah, actually, now they're getting a lot more damage done than they should have. Ended up getting 10 worker kills. 11? Yeah, there's the 11th one. So Mario's got a nice little lead on the worker count right now. The base's army is a little bit stronger, but doesn't matter too much at this point. I think the workers are more important. I mean, he could actually counterattack. Let's see. That's what he's going to try to do. There is a Marauder in the mix, which kind of complicates this Hellion on Hellion. But it's gonna chase him away, and Mario does have a third CC, whereas Debasers is just starting. So I do like Mario's position so far.
And we are seeing Debaser continue to make Hellions. Is that normal? What is the normal count that Terrans go up to?
Yeah, I think he's going to keep making Hellions. Shortly he'll drop 2 more factories along with his 3rd and 4th gas. So he's definitely going to play mech out of this, I think. I think he needs to keep making Hellions. If he stops making Hellions, then he has no tanks to defend. So he's got to keep making them. They're really his only choice, and he can be offensive with them too if Terran or Mario decides to move out.
We're seeing Debaser make his first Banshee now, so we'll see if that plays a role. He's also throwing down an armory.
Yep, and there's his 3rd and 4th gas. So let's see. The Debaser has a 2-to-1 Viking lead. They each have a Raven, so I mean maybe this Banshee can do a lot of damage.
It's still very evident if we look in Debaser's main. This is his minerals and his main are very weakly being mined. If we look at the unit count tab, Mario is 42 SCVs to Debaser's 32. So that SCV medevac drop, even though he lost the medevacs, lost all the Hellions, definitely I think paying for itself. And his lead is staying solidified through the mid game.
Oh yeah, yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, he was able to hurt Debaser's economy pretty big, as well as take that really super early 3rd CC. So it worked out well. But now this Hellion count is pretty scary. We got 13. Oh, well, 13 to 11. It's not actually that big of a deal. Blue Flame is starting
actually waiting for Debaser to leave, and I think he's going to run in here, and he might be able to kill even more SCVs.
A very nice move. They are going to get trapped, and then his only choice after that is a counterattack. Try to counterattack anyway.
He loses a lot of SCVs here, but it's important to note that this is pretty much all of Mario's Hellion count, so a counterattack right now could be very, very strong. If we look on Mario's side of the map, he really doesn't have too much.
No, he doesn't. And with that Banshee in the mix, he needs to get there. There's not going to be tanks on the field. Tanks are... Nope, he's 1 tank and then 4 Hellions in production. He can do a lot of damage right now. Mario knows about the Banshee. He saw it, so now he needs to get up turrets, but I don't know if there's enough Hellions to stop this attack.
Yeah, it's 16 Hellions to 6, and even though he has a 15 SCV Decibit, he has a 10 Hellion advantage, so might be able to do a lot of damage in here. A Seeker Missile is going down this Hellion. This is going to do a lot of splash damage once it lands.
Yeah, he doesn't actually end up getting that split. About 10 seconds, Debaser's Blue Flame is going to finish up, and that's going to make this even more potent, but there is a Siege Tank out. And actually, Mario holds it really well.
Mario's a lot better than I think it did. I think one of the reasons is that Seeker Missile did a lot of splash damage. Also, Debaser's Blue Flame wasn't ready, of course. And these 2 supply depots made it so that Debaser couldn't run in and get like an ideal arc on his Hellions.
Yeah, it was a really nice move. Yeah, they're kind of going back and forth trading blows. Mario coming out ahead, it seems, in so far anyway, but Debaser's slowly catching up, 44 to 56 workers. And production-wise, they're pretty much the same. Mario opting for a Widow Mine, 2 Widow Mines. I don't know if that was I don't think it was a misclick, but it's a little odd. Maybe he's just gonna go put him around the map and try to catch something with him.
We do see Mario now securing his 3rd, Debaser's flying his over as well. We still do have a 10 SCV deficit for Debaser as we continue this game.
Yep, and interesting to note is Mario opts for this forward 3rd base. Debaser opts for the one off to the side. I don't know if that'll play a big role or why they chose what they chose, but It shouldn't matter too much. Debaser is going to be prepared for this Hellion run by. Mario's going to have to pull back. There's not even really any workers to kill there, but he's not reacting. He's going to lose all those Hellions.
Those 6 Hellions pretty much donated. We are seeing Mario also take his Fort Command Center, building it very close to these minerals, so might be able to get that at least making SCV soon, and possibly... Oh, he's actually... Yeah, it is making it to Command Center. And maybe even get it over there and do those SCVs. There is actually a Hellbat drop from Debaser in Mario's main, doing a lot of damage.
Oh, wow.
So there's nothing to do much about it. He did lose the medevac to a missile turret, but I think these Hellbats are making it worth it.
Yeah, he must have killed a lot of workers then, because worker count is even, or the worker kill count is evened up pretty much, 18 to 20. Mario going straight into triple starport.
Yeah, and Debaser even taking the SCV lead in a game where he's been behind the whole game. He's now taking a healthy lead too. He's up 9 SCVs right now, so
yeah,
switched around.
Yeah, very one Hellbat drop really tied it up very quickly. But we're gonna have to see what Mario wants to do with this. Is he gonna go for Ravens or he's getting 2 Banshees and he's getting Cloak. So he's definitely going to try to do something with it. Here comes a little engagement in the middle. Debaser does get the first siege up, and Mario loses a lot with the first volley of tank shots.
Lost every single Hellion except 1.
Yeah. So there's not much to buffer for Mario's tanks at this point. I mean, there's a Thor. But Debaser really needs to be careful about this Banshee. I mean, he saw the starports. He needs to mix in either a bunch of Vikings of his own, or he needs to get out a Thor or 2. Needs to do something, because these Banshees, as soon as they come out, they're going to come clean up this tank line. Easy.
I'm not sure. Maybe Debaser thinks he has more time before they come out. But yeah, that's definitely becoming a very real problem right now. There's absolutely nothing that can do anything about these Banshees, so I think Debaser needs to go home.
Yeah, needs to go home, and now he's making the Thors, so hopefully that will be able to shoo away the Banshees before they do too much damage. A couple turrets going down, but they're delayed, and a lot of these tanks are weak. If he focuses down the weak ones, he can kill off at least 5 or 6 of these.
Yeah, this Banshee play absolutely paying for itself. Mario is going to try to move up here. There is still a lot of siege tanks. He doesn't want to get ahead of himself. Because these siege tanks could very well take out Mario's, but these Banshees are just doing so much.
Yeah, yeah, the Banshees are doing excellent, evening up the tank count anyway. They're going to get chased away from by this Thor, but they definitely took out a lot. And the Hellbat drop in the, I guess Mario's 4th, got taken out before there's...
Wow, calls GG.
So that was a little quicker game. Mario had some good early game play that definitely, I think, put him ahead.
Very back and forth. Ended up coming down, I think, mostly to the Banshees. It seemed like Debaser was starting to make a comeback. Definitely made an SCV comeback. Made an overall supply comeback, and he definitely had the stronger ground army. But the Banshees there was just no answer.
Yeah, definitely. And that's kind of what I was worried about. I think he should have reacted a lot earlier. He saw the starports, so there shouldn't have been any reason why he didn't throw down some turrets or get a couple of Thors out a lot quicker. But he never ended up doing that, and Mario capitalized on that, and that's really what won in the game, is those Banshees right there. I don't know if it was really game over, but Mario was definitely in a strong position.
Absolutely, it'll be interesting to see which map Debaser now chooses for Game 3.
Definitely. Fruitland obviously not being one that they play very often.
There were no lemons taking that game.
There were no lemons taking that game.
Wow. The fun of Fruitland not being capitalized upon by these players. Debaser is going to choose Polar Knight. What is this map like for TVT?
I think you can do either mech or bio. It's definitely viable. Both are viable options. I'm pretty sure that they're both going to go mech again. I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to see. But we'll have to wait. Maybe Mario's going to switch it up. Maybe the Debaser will switch it up.
I expect if anyone to switch it up, it will be Debaser.
Yeah, I think so as well. Got his game plan down and worked for him last game, so no need to try to switch it. Go ahead and get these settings correct.
An interesting thing to note when it comes to choosing playstyles is, since Mario is a mech player and plays mech pretty much all of his games, he has a lot of experience playing mech against Bio and playing mech against mech. Debaser, being a Terran who might switch it up a little more, has possibly half the experience with each. So that could be one thing that is good for Mario.
Yeah, definitely. If you practice one style all the time rather than trying different ones, you're going to be better at that one style than somebody who focuses on multiple things, usually, anyway.
And we have seen mech become more prevalent in this matchup, haven't we?
I think so. I don't think it was ever out of. I don't think it was ever like something that was rare. Definitely not like TVP. But even since Wings of Liberty, I mean, mech has been working. It just got a lot better. So. We are tied up 1-1. In the top, we have Love Your Girlfriend's Mario, tying up the last game, and hoping to take the 2-1 lead over Team Gravity's Debaser. We'll see if he can do it. Debaser did get this map pick, so maybe he's got something in store. The early game for Mario just played out a lot better. He executed that Hellion drop really well, and held that big Hellion counterattack that I didn't think he was really going to be able to hold.
A thing I will be interested to see is which third base these players opt to take. For some reason, I feel that maybe when you play mech, it might be more appropriate to take the third, where the rocks are in the back. Would you agree?
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were talking about last night. Like, I like the idea. I think a lot of mech. I think Mario will definitely take that as his third, and I think when you're playing mech, that's what you should take. I mean, it's just I always forget to clear those rocks, so I never ever take that base, even when I mech. But I think it's probably better, and I think that's what Mario will opt for. We'll have to see what the baser does. If he goes bio, I mean the third right out in the front is okay, and then the third on the side is okay. I really don't know which one is better. I usually take the third right out in the front in every matchup, actually. So we'll have to see how it plays out.
We're seeing very, very similar openings from these two Terrans. We'll probably begin to see deviations soon.
Yeah, to see if the baser opts for that the Hellion and Marine style play, or if he goes into a Banshee, or even a Widowmine drop, even though you don't see that too much anymore. But yeah, the rest so far they're basically neck and neck on everything.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. No second gas coming down for either one yet, so I don't think it'll be
Mario's SCV scouting the baser's main, probably thinking, I've seen this before. Back in my base.
Yeah, Mario gets to scout out. The baser decides he doesn't need to scout, doesn't want to scout. He's just going to go with what he's going to go with. Probably drop a scanner right around 6.5 minutes, 6:20 or so. Mario's going to try to pop back in, see what he can see. Does not see anything. I don't know if I like that idea to go back in. Chances are there's always going to be Marines there, unless he was positioning them for Reapers. He might have got lucky. But second gas coming down for the baser, so he's going to go Banshee for sure.
It looks like both of these players are still very, very similar builds. The biggest change, or the biggest deviation, is the baser having his second gas a little bit sooner, but Mario's is very quickly behind.
Yeah. Yep. I'm pretty sure they're both going to go for Banshee. It's possible that one of them is going to get like a Raven out first, but I don't think that's the case, not with the double gas. I think they're going to both get Cloak Banshee. The base are definitely getting the Banshee. Mario is going to get... What are you going to do, Mario? Oh, he's clicking it. He's getting a Raven then, he has to be. Yeah, he was waiting for that 200 gas. So the Baser's not getting Cloak though.
So is this good for Debaser since he's not investing in cloak?
I suppose, yeah. I mean, it's pretty cheap. I don't think it would have like wouldn't have been anything devastating if he had gotten it. But I think it's a little bit better that he didn't. Now that Mario would just basically be hard countering it with a Raven opening, and he's probably going to follow it up with a Viking afterwards.
We do see Mario throwing down a command center, Debaser also throwing down his shortly after. So still relatively similar builds. The biggest difference being Debaser opting for the Banshee first, while Mario got the Raven first.
Yep, so Debaser's job is to do damage, Mario's job is to defend. We'll see who does who performs which role better. Debaser probably
moves his Marines back at a good time, gets one SUV, and probably not many more. Good kiting on this Banshee, gonna try to get as many Marines as he can.
Yep, auto turret going to go down and kind of keep him away at that angle. He just basically needs to buy time for this Viking to come out. There's only 3 more, actually there's 4 more Marines, but I suppose with really good Banshee control, they would die, no problem. He's going to catch that. Yeah. Barely catches it, yeah. So he does catch that Marine at the watchtower there. And it looks like it's just going to play out kind of like last game. I think Debaser's going to go into... I think he's going to go into a quick 3rd CC, and he might go bio this game. Yeah, there's a second barracks. Yep, so
this is interesting. Perhaps Debaser saying, well, going mech against you didn't really work out very well for me last game. Let me try my hand at bio and see if that goes a little bit better.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to throw a different look at Mario. He went mech the first 2 games, and he went 50-50 with it so far. But Mario does scan, does know what's up. He sees the extra barracks going down, so I don't know if that's gonna... I don't know if he'll deviate from his original build. Does go for that really quick 3rd CC again, but he needs to figure out how to deal with this. There's a lot more Marines. We'll see if they opt for PDDs or auto turrets. Both opt for auto turrets, and Debaser getting a good position on the natural there. Needs to be careful with his Marines. Put him on a hold position or something, but.
And even if Debaser does not force a fight here, every second that he delays this command center from landing while his is landing and mining is just putting him a little more and more ahead.
Yep, very good point. And Mario, if he's going to want to try to break out of this, now there's 2 tanks there, an auto turret, a bunch of Marines. He's going to have to commit a good amount of units. He might even have to pull SCVs. I'm not too sure. There's a pretty solid line of defense there, and he is actually chipping away shots on Mario's Marines. So he's in a very good spot at this natural, and doesn't really need to back out for a little while anyway.
Mario is trying to inch his tanks up, but getting a little trapped there. Trying to inch them up a little bit at a time.
Yeah, so Debaser's in a nice position. I mean, Mario could probably squeeze out like a Banshee and push us away, but he's going to use that vision. Debaser not having a scan, yeah. So he's going to go ahead and head home. Wow.
Debaser just leaves. Actually going to lose another tank.
Yeah, loses his tanks, and he's going to lose his Marines too. But he was able to take out a couple Vikings, even though that wasn't really a good trade.
He's going to lose more Marines, probably even another tank. At the beginning of this, I really liked this move from Debaser, just denying that command center, but perhaps staying a little bit too long so that he ended up losing his army.
Yeah, he lost a decent amount of units there, and it wasn't game ending. The supplies are about even, and he's got a little bit of a worker lead, but losing those, what did he lose, 3 tanks total? That definitely hurts defending here. Stim's about to finish up, so he can just buy some time. There's really nothing but 3 tanks. 3 Hellions aren't going to do too much. The Banshee, though, actually, yeah, there's no anti-air other than the Raven for the auto turret. Oops. So
we have an opposite of game 2 right now, where this Banshee is going to go unchecked, doing tons of damage to these tanks and Hellions.
Yeah. Stim's about 8 seconds away, so he'll be able to chase these guys down. There's only 1 tank left, but combat shields is done, Stim is done. He's going to turn around.
So when we're talking about TVT bio versus mech, is there ever such things as 2-base builds for the bio player, or do we always see 3 bases come out of them?
Yeah,
And we are seeing that Command Center go down now.
yeah, I think there definitely is 2-base builds. You can, I guess you would just play super aggressive and try to find those gaps before they really get their big turret rings up and a lot of Vikings and stuff. Try to get in good positioning, use the drops and medevac boost to your advantage. So it's definitely it's possible. But Debaser, he actually wanted to get 4 barracks before his 3rd CC. Yeah, 4 barracks.
Yep.
Well, he really can't push into that line, and he has no medevacs yet, but the main is wide open, so once these medevacs do come out, well, he's got 1 on the way, 2 more being rallied over. He may be able to, I mean, really what I'd like him to see is put his units on the, or his tanks on the low ground, right behind that mineral patch. Oh, hold that thought, big engagement. Yeah, and this might be game right here.
I don't think, yeah, that was not enough to push out like that.
Not at all.
Nothing.
Nope, not enough at all. He's going to have to pull workers. The Hellions are actually doing good damage. They're getting good angles, but now it's just Marauders left and a couple tanks. And if Mario does hold this, which he might hold it, but
I don't think
there's going to be...
Even if he did, yeah, GG, but even if he did hold it, he was just trading SCVs for units.
Yeah, if he did hold it, he would have been not in a good spot.
Well, GG, well played from Debaser. I think HTO Mario may be getting a little bit too confident. I think perhaps Mario scanned his army, saw that medevacs were coming, and was a little bit concerned about the possibility of a drop in his, as you pointed out, very exposed main, and wanted to get him away from there as soon as possible, but just didn't have enough to pull it off.
Yeah, I don't know if he even knew those units were out there or what that was all about. I was really surprised that he moved out. Oh, he did scan it?
Yeah, he scanned just as the medevacs were showing up.
Weird that he decided to try to push into that then. Maybe he didn't know Stim was done, or I don't know. It just seems like a weird choice.
We are going to go into Game 4. The series is, what is it, 2-1 Debaser?
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1 Debaser. Yansu being HTO Mario's map pick. So we'll see if he has anything planned for this other than mech.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't deviated from it yet, so he probably will not. But anything is possible.
This is a good map for mech, correct?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good for either one.
It has that third kind of tucked away. You get good tank coverage for that third.
Yeah, he can definitely pull either of them off. Just depends on what he really wants to do. And from all 3 last games and just Mario in general, we obviously know he likes his mech, he likes his tanks, likes playing that slow, turtley style to get his macro going. So I'd be willing to bet that that's what he's going to do again. So the score is currently 2-1 for Debaser, playing in the bottom left for Team Gravity. And in the top right, we have Love Your Girlfriend's HTO Mario. And he says, I don't know why I thought I could break that. And I don't know why he thought he could break that either. Put a little too much faith in his tanks. Tanks are good, but not against Marauders, especially when they're unsieged. And there's only 3 tanks.
Yeah. So in the current state of TVT, do we often see any sort of 1-base builds or 1-base cheeses?
Yeah, I guess not too. It's not too common. There's still the like the 1-1-1 openings where they'll push with a bunch of Marines and reactor Marines, tanks, and maybe a Banshee and a few Vikings. It's definitely possible, and it's really annoying to fight against. It's still strong, but I personally don't run into it as much as just regular macro builds. But then you have players like Ruff who will do like 2-port Banshees and all kinds of 1-base in every matchup, every game. So, but for the most, I guess, on average, you don't run into it as much. Mario looking everywhere for any proxies. Debaser is not proxying, and he's not looking for proxies. So Mario was worried. A second. Oh, he's not. Yeah, he's gonna drop more.
Oh, we are actually seeing a proxy. From Mario in the bottom right-hand corner. He's building a barracks.
Yeah, And it's not going to look like that because he got his barracks and his main at the regular time. Is he just going to go into a 3 racks? I've talk about one base, and I just said it's not common. Well, it's not, but he's pulling it out here.
Perhaps Mario heard me and decided that my idea was good. So what is the response that Debaser needs to do against this?
Well, it's going to be really hard to read because the wall's up, and it looks like just a regular opening. Like, he can't see behind that, obviously, so he's probably thinking, okay, there's a gas behind there. He's going to follow it up with a factory, so I'm just going to go into my tech build. And I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to, get up my factory and my starport. But little does he know that there's going to be a bunch of Marines right in his face in about 40 seconds or so.
So
yeah.
Is this totally all in, would you say?
I'd say he definitely has to do a lot of damage. The
base are throwing down the command center too.
It's definitely all in. I mean, maybe if some weird scenario he does a lot of damage and it gets held off, the game will kind of reset. But the tech is going to be ahead for Debaser by a mile. All Mario is going to have is a few Marines. Once Reactor Hellion or something like that gets out, then that kind of shuts that down. But I don't think he's going to let it get to that point. He's probably going to pull SCVs. Yeah, here comes 8 SCVs. I don't know if I don't know how Debaser's going to hold this. He's not going to see it coming. There's no way that he's going to read it, and it's going to hit him, and it's going to hit him hard. We'll see when Mario chooses to go. Yeah, right about now, waiting for those SCVs to catch up. And there's no wall. He's got the high ground, and here comes the train.
So does Debaser have any idea?
No, he has no clue. He's gonna see it now.
It's gonna be a big surprise.
He's gonna have to keep these Marines alive. So yeah, he's already losing too many, I think. But there is gonna be Reactor Hellions. So he just needs to buy time for these Hellions to get out. Needs to keep his workers alive and not over push into this, which he's doing right now. I think he did not need to do that. I think he should have pulled his SCVs away, waited for these Hellions to get out, and then did that.
A lot of SCVs here. These Hellions might be in a blue position right when they come out. Actually getting the reactor right before.
Yeah, he can hold this, but he lost a lot of workers.
Yeah, that's GG. Oh, wow,
so quick, quick game 3. So we will see game number 5 here. We'll see what map Debaser wants to pick. I needed a better chaser than or a mixer than Mountain Dew. Vodka and Mountain Dew. It's all right, but it's not ideal. I mean, I'll drink it, but. So while we're waiting on Debaser's next map pick, please be sure to check out our sponsors for the event. They're the ones that make it possible for us to do these so frequently. All the information is there on the overlay, TampaEsports.com. That's a local organization. They do a lot of LANs and events here in Florida. And our newest team sponsor is Android TV Canada. They have some really, really cool products, and we're actually giving one of the boxes away, an Android box, to one viewer on the stream today at the end of the event. So you can buy raffle tickets for the event. If you're on Twitch, there's the shiny panels below the viewer or below the video viewer there, and click on the raffle ticket. It's $1 a ticket. You can buy as many as you want. Try to increase your chances. Unfortunately, I was not able to figure out how to set it up so you can select multiple tickets at once. So if you want to get a couple of them, you just got to do different. You got to buy them separately. But what we'll be doing is whoever buys the raffle tickets will put their name into a hat, so to speak, and we'll be drawing one lucky winner who's going to win the ATV 1200 Android box along with the Android TV Canada Air keyboard and mouse. And basically what the box is, it lets you watch HD movies, television, basically anything you want you can watch on there. It also turns if you have a regular TV, it kind of turns it into a smart TV. You can browse the web, you can go to YouTube, you can watch online videos.
Watch StarCraft streams.
Yep, exactly. You can do anything you want in there. You can play Android games. There's no monthly fee or anything like that. It's a really cool product. So definitely enter yourself in that raffle. Get yourself a chance to get yourself a chance to win it. Debaser says, Beast, pick whatever map. What map should we give him? Should we give him the one he vetoed? Just to be an asshole?
That would not be very nice.
What else do we got? Oh, I know what we're going to play. Where is it?
Come on. Come on, don't run in here. Come on. Come on.
Oh, I thought
Mario saying 2-2, happy face in the chat.
Yeah.
He's having a little fun.
Yeah, a little friendly taunting.
Another thing to mention is that, as we mentioned earlier, our Twitter is @TeamGravitySC2. You can follow us there and possibly even tweet at us your favorite players that you would maybe like to see play in a fight night in the future, and we could see if we could potentially track them down. So just send a tweet @TeamGravitySC2.
Yep, definitely. Let us know who you want to see. Let us know predictions on the games currently being played. And we try to do these bi-weekly, so we'll have a lot more content coming up for you guys. This is actually our 7th event. My first time ever casting one, so I hope it's not too unbearable. I hope you guys enjoy it. If nothing else, just mute me, watch the games. I wouldn't hurt my feelings. So we're gonna go into game number 5, right? Yeah, the score's tied up 2-2. We'll see who takes the series. I don't know. I wonder if the base is gonna be.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He said
this is a fun map pool. I really like this map pool.
Yeah, he said pick the map, and I figured why not. If neither one of them care, let's give them something fun in there. So.
Thinking about this map, I imagine mech might not be the best on this map.
Yeah, it might not. I probably wouldn't play mech on this map.
It'll be interesting to see if Mario, being the mech player that he is, still decides to go mech on a map that might not be ideal for it.
Yeah.
Or maybe he'll just, proxy 2 barracks and pull his SCVs again.
Yeah, you never know. Obviously, he can mix it up. Mario wanting to know what debaser means. He says nothing, but I remember there was he wanted to change his name like a few months ago, and I remember he was looking up what debaser meant, but obviously he doesn't want to tell us, and all the thousands of viewers out in viewerland right now.
Debaser is a pretty nice ID though. I like that ID.
Yeah, it's better than his last one. It was Jeebus.
Absolutely better. Jeebus.
Oh, here my puppy.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah. He's in his crate wanting to get out to play with his mommy, but he's got to stay in there. We got StarCraft going on.
Again, very, very similar builds. Both players opting for the gas before barracks. Pretty much, or not even pretty much, absolutely identical builds so far. The deviations will probably be coming soon after this barracks is done.
Yeah, they both, like I said, they both opted for that. Debaser only having two on his gas. I don't know if that's that has to be a mistake.
There are no builds that involve 2.
Not that I know of. I'm pretty sure that's a mistake.
It's just a Protoss thing. He puts the 3rd one on there now that he notices. So
yeah,
slight mistake.
Might delay his factory or his reactor or whatever he's opting for by a few seconds. Not going to be the end of the world. Mario really likes scouting a lot quicker. Debaser does not like scouting. If he does scout, it's a lot later than Mario's. But Mario's able to get in there and actually see. Debaser is going to be met with a Marine by the time he makes it all the way over there.
We are seeing the factory go down for both players. Interesting to note is, as a consequence of that 2 SCV on gas for a little bit, we do have the factory coming out just a bit quicker for Mario.
Yeah, about 5, 6, 7 seconds. Not the end of the world. Again, Debaser's not watching his SCV. He's gonna suicide it in. He just sees the factory.
Actually,
knows.
gonna get away.
Yeah, just waits for the. Mario's gonna proxy something. He's gonna proxy a Stargate or a starport over there. On the left-hand side.
Yeah. It is a starport.
Yeah.
So what kind of build is this?
It's probably gonna. I don't know. It's hard to say. Second gas coming down. Mario's a little bit supply blocked here, not too big of a deal. I don't know what he's gonna make out of that. It could be a proxy Banshee. Maybe he's gonna drop down an Armory, and we're gonna see a Thor drop. It's hard to say. It's hard to say at this point. It could just be a medevac, and he just wants his units there that much quicker. But I don't think that's it. We'll see. We'll see what kind of add-on he adds.
Is Thor drop a legitimate thing? I saw Nathanius do that recently, and I wasn't sure if he was trolling or if that was serious.
It's. I mean, I've lost to it. You know, you can lose to it, but it's one of those things that it catches you off guard. But I don't know. It's uncommon. So, you know, if you don't know how to respond to it, or you just something went weird or whatever, it can definitely catch you off guard and win. I don't think it's that reliable.
Yeah. Oh, we are seeing a medevac being made. So is this just going to be a Hellion drop? What's so?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. I guess he just wanted that medevac over there a little bit quicker.
The Baser, on the other hand, opting to go Banshee again. What kind of position does this put him in against this drop?
I think it's okay. Mario is not going to have a... now he's going into a tech lab. Mario's not going to have a Viking at home because the starport's all the way over there.
Mario getting a missile turret in his mineral line.
Yeah, I mean, most of his mineral line will be covered. I think there's a couple dead spots where Mario or Debaser can hit. But even if he couldn't, you know, there'll be free units that he can damage up. He can hit add-ons, supply depots, things like that. So I think it depends on how he defends the Hellion drop, really. He's got Marines.
Here comes this drop. These Marines a little bit out of position. He's just going to drop them on the side, then run them in.
Debaser's going to see it. Needs to respond very quickly. Meanwhile, the Banshee over at Mario's base, kind of, Debaser's more concerned about this, but he's selected it now, so he's microing. And yeah, see, there's a lot of dead airspace that missile turret's not covering. So he's getting some good worker kills. Needs to be careful not to lose it.
Up to 4 now, and now he's going to micro against these Marines. Gets one. Gets a second one. He's going to come right back. There is, like you said, a lot of dead space where he can hit these SCVs. Another Marine, another SCV. So this Banshee's absolutely doing a great amount of damage. These Hellions are being dropped.
Yeah.
In the dangerous state.
And they got a good amount of worker kills. There was a tank, but it just wasn't in position. So worker kill count favoring Mario slightly. Banshee's going to get out of there with 8 life, so 2 shots left. But he got a lot of unit kills as well. So, but the Baser has his second command center on the way. He doesn't have anything proxied, so he's naturally in a better spot. And I'm sure when that Banshee wraps around, he's going to see that starport, which is researching Cloak, and he's waiting for more Banshees. So this could be really bad.
Yeah, Mario trying to come back in for another job, getting identified quickly and shoot away.
Yeah, Debaser will have 2 Vikings and a Raven, so he's got the right units. But if they're not in position, those 2 Banshees, I kind of like the idea of him waiting for 2 rather than getting 1. But Debaser's not going to have anything in his base to defend it, and the Hellion drop coming back inside again. There's a tank there. There's an auto turret, a Viking. These Hellions are pretty bruised up, so they're not going to get too much done. They're going to get cleaned up here.
These armies in the middle might collide, and Debaser has about double the Marines and another siege tank.
Yeah, Mario needs to keep his units on the other side of those lawn chairs.
Yeah, those lawn chairs actually was blocking Debaser's units from getting an easy attack, an easy pickoff on those.
Yep.
Mario's Banshee is now coming into Debaser's vein and it's doing a good amount of damage.
Mario targeting on the rocks rather than units. But the other one's in there, waiting for that Raven to pop back in. Debaser down to 9 workers. The thing is, this counterattack, there's this tank on the high ground.
Yeah, it's a well-positioned tank. It's going to be hard for the Debaser to attack into this.
Still, Debaser does not have, Mario does not have second CC up yet. So I think he has the opportunity to catch back up with Mario. And the lawn chairs again, separating the passing armies. Debaser knows though, he's like, okay, well, you don't really have an extra. Mario knows. So yeah, Debaser knows Mario doesn't have an extra base, and.
Oh man, yo, there's a fire alarm going off my building.
Oh, you better get outside.
Yeah, okay, you enjoy this.
Mute your
I'll be
mic.
back in a bit.
Mute your mic. Well, hopefully, hopefully, Baldwin, hopefully everything's okay over there. I was wondering what that was, and then I look at his cam, and there's flashing lights, and I don't know. He's not too dedicated. Real StarCraft 2 caster would have casted through the fire alarm, through the fire. I mean, I know I would have. But, you know, they're not all built like me, so... No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully everything's okay there, and he'll be back shortly. So this game's kind of stabilizing. The base are slowly catching up with Mario in the worker count, but... I don't know, Mario does have a nice lead. We'll kind of have to see where this goes. Mario opting for the mech. The base are opting for the Bioplague, and I think Bio is probably a better choice on this map. See if he catches that. He should catch that. But there's two, so he's doing really good with these. Like one Banshee on the bottom side, one Banshee on the top side. Now this guy's gonna pop back in. The base is kind of paying attention. That guy's gonna go down. Needs to go over here and get this one. I think it's gonna sneak away. But they've definitely paid for themselves, so really good control out of Mario using one on the top side and one on the bottom side. Mario with a pretty scary tank count, although he doesn't have much to support it right now, so I think he's kind of on the defensive, which is good for the baser because that will allow him to just kind of sit back and try to catch back up in the worker count, which he's slowly doing. 4 tanks out on the field as well, so he has a good defensible position. These Marines should meet each other. We'll see what they do. Well, yeah, they're definitely going to see each other. You hear their footsteps in the water. Oh no, they're not doing it. There they go. Yeah, it's a pretty cool map. They got a lot of cool stuff on here. Like, real quick, I'll show you. Whoa, what the hell did I just click? Right here, they got the old Brood War image. If you guys played Brood War, or I'm sure most of you know what it is anyway. So Mario opting for that quick third CC again. The base are not getting a third CC. Let's see, where did that scan go down? Oh, it's just a random scan in the middle. I guess wanted to make sure that there was no other army following behind this one, which there is not, so he knows he doesn't have to worry too much about defending right this second anyway. And another Banshee coming out. This has not been scouted yet? Yeah, it has. Okay. Scan coming down from Mario. I don't know where he scanned though. That had to be from Debaser. I don't know. Anyway, he cancels that Banshee. He just decides to go ahead and get the starport back home. Tech Lab gets taken out. These Marines are going to get torn apart. And this guy, where is he going to? Is he going to try to take a... Well, Mario's going for that hidden base down in the bottom right. It's not an island base, but you gotta... give you a zoom out image here. You gotta run across this long highway to actually get to it. So, is he going that way too? Yeah, he's queued up to... Well, he's wrapping around this backside of the highway. He's taking the detour. But I don't know, unless he should make a little pit stop here. I don't know if he will. Mario clearing up his rocks for him. A very nice guy. I would definitely not be that nice if I was Mario. But he wants to clear it up. And yeah, they don't see each other. Oh, he does see a Marine there. Let's see if he wraps back around. Sorry if you guys... Yeah, he's going to stim for it and go for it. Sorry if you guys can hear my dog. He's being really annoying right now. He's just a puppy, so he doesn't know any better. Debaser... Oh, he was heading there. And he's going to sneak around, and there's only one tank in position there. With only one tank, he can go for it. All these tanks are over there. And he's going to double Seeker Missile that. He needs to get in this position, though. And he does. Double Seeker Missiles go down. Needs to be careful. There's a lot of... Now the tanks are in position. The baser does siege up first. He boosts on top of these tanks, and he's going to clear it up. There's a Banshee overhead that will eventually get cleaned up by that Viking. But he's not without doing some good damage. Dropping tanks, Marines on the tanks again. And that Banshee is going to go down. I don't think the baser has Cloak, but Nice little engagement there. Definitely what Debaser needed to get back into it. Two Marines are going to wrap back around here, going to be greeted by Debaser's army, and Debaser did not actually look for that. No, he didn't see it. So he is hitting like some workers on the mineral line, hitting the CCs and stuff. So he's doing good there. One tank is in position, but it's going to get that one's going to get taken out. He's got the he's got the vision because of the medevac, but we'll see. Yep, now they're out of position. So these tanks are kind of in no man's land. Debaser coming up on the front side, going to clear out that turret, and now again there's only one tank in position, and he knows that now. Yeah, Mario has to sacrifice his third. He's got to, or at least move away from it, give up the positioning. Debaser does not really want to. Oh, maybe he does want to push into that. Yeah, lift up those tanks. Nice pickup there. Takes out that with that. Yeah, that with that. Great casting. Takes out the siege tanks with his siege tanks, and gets them into an even better position. Now, Debaser's position is really good. The thing is, Mario has this base down here. It's not mining. He should be mass dropping mules there as much as possible, but he's not going to be able to mine from this third refinery. And there's a lot of SCVs going down on the mineral line. Might even lose that command center. Mario's going to go for it. He needs to clear out this position, but I don't know if he can do it now. There's just SCVs left. There's still 4 tanks, a good Marine count, and that's GG. So very well played by both players. That was a fun game to see. That was a really fun game to see.